Hey guys, and welcome back to another tier list video. Now, I know a lot of you guys have been asking me to make another one, so here it is. So, without further ado, welcome to the GALEBRETH tier list. As per usual, this will be ranked on a PvP scale, meaning all mantras are ranked on their viability for combat, and nothing else really. So, let's get to it. First, we got Windblade. Now, Windblade, it's okay, you can use it definitely, but it's only really good as a catcher for runner builds, and its talent doesn't really do much. But I gotta put in B tier. If you're going full Gale, there's better combat options. If you're going a no attunement build, I know people like No-Go like to use it a lot. But personally, I think if you're just going for Gale, you can definitely pick up some other cards. Air Force. Now, Air Force, it's decent. I've seen a lot of people actually use it quite effectively, but it has too much setup and it costs a lot of effort to ever be used viably. For that, it's gotta be C tier. It's okay if Fan the Flames, but it's really not that great. Tornado Kick. Now, Tornado Kick, it's decent. It goes through parry sometimes, but most people can just kinda deal with it. It doesn't deal crazy damage either, because most people just block through it. Bottom of C tier for now. Pillars of Arisia. Now, I have actually seen this mantra used pretty decently. They hit me with Fire Palm, then Air Force, then Pillars of Arisia. Now, of course, that's not a true combo or anything, but I just thought it was cool. Of course, it's still not a great mantra. You can put a wave word on it, and it is decent with that, but it's not great. For now, I'll put it at top of B tier. Wind Gun. Now, in first one, Wind Gun was an absolute demon of a mantra. Nobody knew how to parry this, and did a lot of damage. Now, it kind of fell off. Its auto parry frames and short range doesn't really make it viable for anything. It also does low damage. So, for now, it's bottom of C tier. Now, Gale Lunge. This is a really good mantra. Now, there's some tech with it that I don't fully understand, but basically if you use it and you go to like the right or left of your opponent without actually hitting them, supposedly there's no timing really for it, so it's kind of like hard to deal with. So it's some tech for you guys, but it's very easily feintable. It's really good because its windup is really short, especially on heavy weapons and stuff. It's in comparison to your heavy attack, it is crazy. So, S tier. Wind Carve. Now, Wind Carve used to be used a lot more. It is still decent, but it doesn't really do much. I mean, it does a ton of damage, but your opponent can easily parry it. For that, bottom of B tier. Astral Wind. Astral Wind is really good. You can't counter it because your opponent gets launched into the air. So, basically meaning that if you use it, your opponent can't counter you because they can't do anything in retaliation, and it's just generally does a ton of damage. It's a good roll catcher, feintable really easily. Gotta be S tier. Tornado. Now, Tornado for PvE would be the best mantra here, but this is a PvP list, so it doesn't do great damage. It does keep your opponent in spot. I mean, actually the damage is fine, but you can just block it, and it's really not that good. Probably D tier, honestly. Maybe low C tier though. I'm like keeping it D for now. Heavenly Wind. Now, Heavenly Wind is really good. You can feint it, and since your opponent doesn't really look up, they might just only be judging off sound cues for what happens next. Really good to catch people off guard. Many newer players cannot deal with this mantra whatsoever. And, you know, it's just a good mantra overall. A tier. Gale Trap. Now, Gale Trap, it went from one of the worst mantras to one of the best, back to like kind of mid mantra. It is pretty good, but it's not really worth using. There's better combat options that you can have in your set, and for that, gotta put it at B tier. Gale Punch. Now, Gale Punch did just get nerfed, but it used to be really strong. it's still decent, but most people know how to deal with it with its close range now. So that gotta be top of C tier. Windforge. Now, a lot of people don't really think Windforge is great. I personally dislike it, but I see it's actually pretty good because it applies a lot of pressure on people, and a lot of people don't know the timings for it. You just gotta be careful during it because I don't think you can M1. So for that, it's probably top of B tier. Champion's World Throw. Now, Champion's World Throw is really good. It's insta guard break at level 5, and it does a lot of damage, and it flings people. Of course, kind of like the storm meta, where people just fling into the storm. It's really good for that. Top of A tier. Actually, no, low S tier. Rise and Wind. Now, Rise and Wind is really good. Does a lot of damage, and it's really good once you learn how to use it. But its short range throws off a lot of players who don't know how to use it properly. And yeah, there's nothing really else besides it. It's gonna be top of A tier though. Gale Wisp. Now, Gale Wisp is only good if you're going Haunted Gale Path, I believe, actually. No, I think regular Gale is good too. But it's really the only support mantra for Gale, so if you aren't going any other support mantras, you might as well pick it up. So for that, probably low A tier. Wind Passage. Wind Passage is really good. It's one of the best range moves in the game. Or sorry, like dash moves. You can use it to escape, get close, anything. And its delayed hit makes it really good for trying to parry with other attacks. And for that, top of A tier. So anyway, that's the list. Pretty sure this one's shorter than the other ones, but it's just not as much to rank and does talking faster. I also don't play Gale as much as Iron Sling or Flame Charm, so please take these ratings with a grain of salt. Besides that, hope you guys liked, and I'll see you guys later.